Wait, stop. Let me teach you my 3 top takeaways that I've learned whilst working in restaurant to be more effective, more fast, and more alert waiter or waitress. So the tip number 1 is what I call 1, 2, 3. Let me show you. Number 1, table surface. You want to observe your tables. If the customers have, let's say, a glass of wine and they're about to finish, there's 2 people sitting and there's so much left as 2 fingers in the glass, so you could walk up to them and offer any more drinks. Usually most of the time they will say yes, and if they're about to finish their meal, you could ask them if they want any more desserts, which eventually is going to generate, if they decide to pick more items, more profit in your business, more revenue. And it also includes removing any unnecessary objects such as dirty plates or glasses, cutlery on a table to basically make it more clean and appealing to the customer. And number 2 is going to be the actual customers, which is number 2. You want to make sure you keep an eye contact with your guests. If they make it with you, it means they want your attention. And also the face or hand, if they raise hand, obviously they will want your attention. But I highly recommend not to ever do, which is if you make an eye contact with a customer and then you walk away ignoring that eye contact, that's quite unpolite because they want your attention, then you should go to them. Number 3 is going to be the actual floor on your restaurant floor. If there's any, you want to keep an eye if there's any, let's say, litter dropped on the floor. If there's any jacket or hats of your customer dropped on the floor, you want to make sure it's tidy and clean and presentable, because essentially appears as the floor that next customers walk in will make the first impression of that floor. So as we said, number 3, the floor. So it's 1, 2, 3, the table surface, actual customer's eyes, and number 3 is going to be the floor and its tidiness. And the tip number 2 is actually spending a bit more time at the till. When you have taken the order, it's a bit of a rushy, you are slightly stressed, under pressure, people calling you. You want to take a brief breath and take 10 seconds to double check your order that you put through. So the first was 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The table surface, customers, and the floor. Number 2, let's call it 10 seconds rule. Excuse my writing. And then the third, last but not least, point that I want to teach you is take a bit more time when you walk with the food on the tray, especially with desserts at the end of the service. Sorry. So instead of walking with the food on the tray pretty fast above your waistline, dip it a bit lower and carry it through here, so the people, well, obviously they're sitting on tables, they can basically see your food that you're carrying, and that incentivizes them, reminds them to maybe have a dessert at the end of their meal as well. It's basically a simple reminder. So number 3 is walk slower. From my personal experience, it's really funny to see, having worked in fine dining restaurant and middle class restaurants and more classy, jazzy establishments, it's interesting to notice how people actually a lot of times pay attention with their eye to the food that is brought to their next sitting table, and they massively observe what it looks like and maybe even smells like as well. So it's small, tricky, and profitable, highly profitable trick that you could implement without taking any massive effort to maybe generate extra couple of pounds. There you have it, 3 simple tips that have learned over the course of 10 years working in F&B hospitality sector. Number one is 1, 2, 3, as I said, table surface, customer eyes, and the floor tightness of it. Number two is taking a bit more time when placing the order in till to avoid backlash dealing with that problem, which may last up to maybe, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. And number three is walk a tiny bit slower and lower with your dessert or dish, whatever it might be, or maybe some drinks at the end of the service. So try it out, see how it goes. If it helps, comment, type me what do you think. And yeah, cheers for tuning in. I hope it helps. Like it and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.